everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Susan Stevens.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman. We're on location again in the beautiful Irving Art Center.
A new lighting grid is being installed in our studio, so we want to thank the Irving Art Center for being our home away from home while the studio is under construction.
We've got a great show for you today, including some highlights from the new Lone Star Barbecue and Music Festival, and Susan speaks with the stars of the new film Don't Make Me Go in Feature Flicks.
We'll also get details on Clear the Shelters 2022 and an update on some wonderful things going on at the Irving's Archives and Museum. And we'll wrap up with a preview of main stage Irving Las Cleanas's Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown.
I think I need to see that show.
Yeah.
Last year, Irving Events brought back the spark with the Independence Day Parade.
Well, that energy continued to grow at this year's Sparks and Stripes Parade. Here are some highlights.
The entertainment started early as the community came out Monday morning in their red, white, and blue attire to dance to some music, eat watermelon, and celebrate Independence Day.
We pretty much have branded our July 4th event Sparks and Stripes moving forward. Last year we brought back the Spark. The Spark is here to stay in Irving.
The festivities kicked off with the annual 4th of July parade.
We have banners everywhere, classic cars, some really creative floats and patriotic floats all down the street.
A number of Irving organizations drove and walked by with decorative floats and free candy. The celebration then continued at Heritage Park for the return of the watermelon reception.
We've got free watermelon, we've got a band going out there.
Hundreds of people participated in one of Irving's most cherished traditions.
I think events like these are kind of the heart of Irving. We're coming together as a community, continually bringing back that spark, showing the community what we all have to offer. So I feel like our July 4th event really signifies what Irving's all about.
An eventful start to a festive day.
Glad everyone came out today. Excited for the rest of the day and the festivities, and can't wait to put it on again next year.
For About Town, this is Susan Stevens.
Up next for Irving Events, area comedians step into the spotlight at On Stage at Heritage, Friday, August 12th at 6:30 p.m. Get details about this and other great upcoming events at irvingevents.org.
In the great state of Texas, barbecue and good music just naturally go together. And that's just what the creators of the Lone Star Barbecue and Music Festival had in mind. Here are some highlights from the inaugural event. What's hotter than a Texas summer?
The community coming together to celebrate Texas barbecue.
It's an unbeatable combination. Texas barbecue and music.
Texas barbecue is the best barbecue in America, just saying.
The Lone Star Barbecue and Music Festival featured barbecue chefs from all over North Texas.
The farthest one came from Lindale, Texas.
They brought the sizzle.
Good old Texas prime brisket for you right there, brother.
And the bands brought the party.
We built a big tribute band party for this Texas-sized barbecue party, you know. So we got La Freak, we got the M80s, we have Lone Star Skinner, we have Leo Hull, Alex Aguilar, Farron Gilbert, and Texas Flood just went off.
With great music as a backdrop, attendees sampled all kinds of barbecue deliciousness.
Today we did sliced brisket and pulled pork, and we got our homemade coleslaw that we do.
We have our brisket macaroni. It's actually one of our best sellers.
We have a house-made tortilla pulled pork taco with pork belly as well.
And for those who do want to try this at home, AJ Ramirez showed off his custom cookers.
100%. So basically what I do is I custom fab everything that we're using out here, plus the show equipment.
Organizers Merlin Graham, John Lauder, and Lazaro Alvarez hope this event will lay the foundation for more to come.
Here to make sure that the community has a good time. This is a big event, so they came here to support us as well.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting. Visit LoneStarBarbecueandMusic.com for details about the 2023 event and special offers.
It's a busy time at the Irving Archives and Museum, and there's a lot of news.
Yes, there is. Jen Landry joins us to fill us in on all of the new exhibits and events. Great to see you, Jen.
Great to see you, too. Yeah.
So before I start asking you about all the great things that people can take advantage of at the museum, I have to say congratulations on your national award. Please tell us about that.
Well, thank you. Yes, the Irving Archives and Museum has received a national award from the American Association of State and Local History. It's an award of excellence, and it is for our permanent exhibition, The Irving Story. So we'll receive the award at the annual meeting in September. And yeah, we're really excited and just proud to be able to bring that home to the city.
Absolutely. Well, you guys did a magnificent job with that exhibit, and I'm so glad to see it recognized at the national level because it really is very, very good.
Thank you.
It's wonderful, and a lot of people will have a chance to see it, especially with your new series that's starting Second Saturdays. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the Friends of the Irving Museums is sponsoring Second Saturdays through the end of the year. And so the second Saturday of the month, we have a free day at the museum. So free admission for everybody. And then we have special programming that goes along with it. So, you know, it's family-oriented events. Coming up in August, it's going to be around our exhibition Darshana. So some special Hindu cultural events and a different theme every month.
Wonderful.
So you mentioned Darshana. You have two community initiative sort of exhibits. Can you explain what that is for the museum and then what those two exhibits are?
Yes, so we designed the museum to be able to accommodate a lot of different community programming. We didn't know exactly what all that would look like, but it's just been so well received by the community. And so right now we have the Great Flag Caper, which if you've driven up and down MacArthur over the 4th of July weekend, you saw over 40,000 flags lining the streets. This was their 30th year. So we have an exhibit that features some of the material from their archive and highlights that very unique Irving event. And then we have Darshana, which is an exploration of Hindu culture. And that is in partnership with local dharmic organizations. And that looks at just the impact Hindu culture has worldwide, and then looks a little more at the faith and helps us, you know, all understand it a little better.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you have a touring exhibit, Women, Aviation, and World War II. What will people see there?
Yeah, so that's an exhibit that looks at women, aviation, and World War II. But it features the Wasps and Rosie the Riveter, and also some individual personalities. So Jackie Cochran, who was, you know, an aviatrix and helped found the Wasps, as well as Wally Funk, who has a little bit of local celebrity and, you know, was the oldest woman to fly to space here last year. So it looks at her exploration and attempts to become, you know, an aviator and join the space program.
Great.
You have so much
I know, there's so much going on.
right now. But every exhibit sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and what a great way for families to take advantage of it with a free Saturday visit, you know, to the Irving Archives and Museum. So folks, make sure you take advantage of all of these great things happening there. The museum is located at 801 West Irving Boulevard. It's open Wednesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Visit irvingarchivesandmuseum.com for more information. This week in Feature Flicks, Susan talked to the director and stars of the new family drama, Don't Make Me Go. Here's part of the interview, and there's more on YouTube.
There's one option, but the operation is risky.
So when are you having the surgery?
I don't know. How do I tell my daughter? I'm kind of it for her. So how are you?
One of the things I really loved about this is how, you know, Max is so concerned about teaching Wally all these life lessons before he dies from this illness. And in reality, she's teaching him a lot of valuable lessons. So I was wondering, John, for you, what's the biggest life lesson your kids have taught you? And Mia, what do you think is the biggest life lesson you've taught your own father?
I'm struggling to think of something pithy and specific, but really what they've taught me is to stay in the present and to enjoy the things that they have. I mean, children are super adaptable, and it reminds me of when I was a kid and we grew up very poor, but we didn't know it either in a lot of ways, and children are able to do that in a way that adults leave behind long ago. So it's always a great reminder through my kids to appreciate what you got.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mia?
I don't know. I mean, I've taught my dad how to use social media. Some like Gen Z things. I hope that I've taught him something. I think that he's taught me a lot, and I'm grateful for him, and I love him so much, and I'm sure he would say that I've taught him things, but I don't know if I would say I've taught my dad many life lessons.
Oh goodness, I think I'm still learning these lessons, so it's hard to articulate, and I'm really not sure what I've taught him. I think I probably need some time away from movie making to be able to process all of that. But I will say I'm incredibly close with my dad, and a lot of wanting to do this movie was to be able to honor that and speak to a relationship that I think is so important.
Yeah. Another thing I really enjoyed is watching Max teach Wally how to drive, just because that's how I learned. My dad taught me how to drive. That's
same here.
So I was wondering, how was that experience? Did that go well for you?
No, I failed my license test several times. I'm really not a good driver. My dad's a great driver, but I did not inherit that gene. So I had a lot of fun replicating that experience with Wally.
I'd bet on you. I want you for my whole life.
You have a fire inside you, Wally. Life is gonna pull some moves to try and put it out. Trust yourself.
For the full interview, visit our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The City of Irving. Don't Make Me Go opens July 15th. Check for showtimes at one of Irving's excellent movie theaters, Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, Las Colinas, AMC Irving Mall, and AMC Classic Irving 10.
Main Stage Irving Las Colinas continues their season with the zany musical farce, Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. Here's a preview of the show. Peppa is an actress in 1980s Madrid, and in the span of 48 hours, her world begins to unravel.
It starts out where everything's kind of normal, and within just these 2 days, everything kind of starts falling apart around her in her love life, in her career, with her friends.
ICT Main Stage's newest musical production, Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, follows Peppa and the other women in her life who are facing different challenges.
Women who are trying to navigate their way around their love, their careers, and really in the end recognizing that it's the other women in your life who are the one to kind of bring you back down from that verge of the nervous breakdown. You're relying on the women in your life to understand you and to hold you up and to be there for you.
Another one of those women in the show dealing with her own drama is Lucia, who's just been released from a mental hospital,
where she's been for 19 years. And had a breakdown after her husband left her for another woman. And so she is back amongst people and is masquerading as a pretty sane person, but is she? Mm-hmm.
The show is based on the 1988 Pedro Almodovar film.
The original Broadway musical version of it opened in New York in October of 2010.
Still considered a fresh Broadway musical, the cast explains that the rarity of this production is one of the many reasons audiences should attend this show.
With it not being something that people see often, there may not be another opportunity. The music is great. The cast is stellar.
I think people will come in and really see the heart of these characters, and specifically having a large female ensemble with a lot of different female characters that I think everyone's going to find someone that they relate to their story when they come see this show.
I think right now this story is important because women's rights, women's equality is very high profile in the news right now due to lots of things going on. And I think this show, now more than ever, it has a great message for women and the men who love them.
Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown is a sharp, wacky musical that shows how even through our toughest times, we can come out stronger.
And it may be a really tough couple of days until you get there, but you'll learn something about yourself, who you are, and who your friends are.
For About Town, this is Susan Stevens. Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown runs July 15th through 30th in the Dupree Theater.
Evening shows are Thursday through Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday matinees are at 2:30 p.m. For tickets, call 972-252-ARTS. Selections for the Irving Art Center's permanent collection are on display at Carpenter Lobby through July 30th. Here's a look at the artwork of the talented 10 artists and a list of other cool things to do about town.
And here are some other great ways to beat the heat happening about town. A visit to the National Video Game Museum is the next stop on the Teen Summer Field Trip Tour. Register at Lively Point Youth Center to get in on the fun, kicking off at 10:15 a.m. on Monday, July 18th.
Have a ball at the next Friday night library. Activities include putt-putt golf and giant inflatable bowling, as well as crafts and a movie. The fun rolls around at 7 to 9 p.m. on Friday, July 22nd at the South Irving Library.
Travelin' Jed takes the stage at the Friday night concert series at Toyota Music Factory. The free concert is July 22nd at 8 p.m. at the Texas Lottery Plaza.
The Pavilion at Toyota Music Factory welcomes Revolution, the Good Vibes Summer Tour on Friday, July 29th. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. For more events about town, check out our arts calendar at cityofirving.org/536. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time for a look at Cocktails for a Cause at La Cima Club.
We'll also check out Texas-style wrestling and the new exhibit at the Irving Archives and Museum, Women, Aviation, and World War II.
As always, we'd love to hear your feedback. Tell us about events going on around the community, people we should profile, or stories you'd like to see on the show.
You can email us at ictn@cityofirving.org or connect with us on social media. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you.
We'll leave you tonight with a look at the Sparks and Stripes celebration at Levy Event Plaza. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Susan Stevens. Have a great evening.
A cool wind in my hair, warm smell of eucalyptus rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shiver with light. bodega. I had to stop for the night. And then she stood at the doorway of the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. And then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down in the corridor that I heard them say, yeah. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of the year, any time of year, you can find it in. A man is stiff and twisted. She got that Mercedes Benz. She's got a lot of pretty, pretty boys. She goes straight. And now they dance in the courtyard. A sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember. Some dance